All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hi. Some reason my camera is awful today. Oh well, who cares? Welcome to Star Trek Lexington, Last of the Line. How we doing? Great, great. You'll say what? Okay. No, it's actually not. I am actually if you remember when we've met, I actually am in 720p. I came out bad resolution, so yeah. Anyhow, with that out of the way, so you'll notice this is a special Timless edition. So I'm the one running the stream, and it's entirely, actually, I've already butchered things. For some reason, the opening credits didn't display. It was just the logo the entire time, set to pretty music. So hopefully, everything else is working. If it isn't, I don't know. I've not had time to get ready for today. Um, uh, Tim. It, maybe if there's a delay.
Weird thing for me.
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay. You should be able to hear me.
I can hear you.
All right.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Now I had you guys muted.
Okay, yep, there it is.
Do you hear each other? Do you hear yourselves, your own pretty
Yep.
voices? Where it's things are happening. We're getting.
I love it
so.
when I open stream and it just doesn't like to work for me specifically.
It's just like F you in particular. Yes, that's a great
Yep.
subreddit. All right. Anyhow, so we'll get started. But of course, we always talk first about Extra Life. Now, I'm not as well versed in it as Tim, so I can't give you quite the same pretty eloquent spiel about it. But that's really Extra Life is, of course, supports Children's Miracle Network. A lot of gamers, especially, it's actually primarily about gamers, take part in Extra Life for raising money for Children's Miracle Network to provide medical supplies and medical help for children, but it's also providing entertainment and to help these kids' hospital stays be that little much bit better. So, unfortunately, I don't have the link to post in chat, so that's 3 strikes now for things I've screwed up running this. So, yeah, that's what happens when I'm left in
What?
charge.
I'm there
we'll keep
for
a
you.
tally.
Oh wait,
I'm there for you. Look at that.
hey, look at you!
Click on the link
proud.
in the chat.
I'm proud. So yes, go to there, go to that link, and you can learn all about Extra Life and ways to donate and help us out. Because we are representing hospitals in like 3 or 4 different states, I believe: Massachusetts, New York, California, Virginia. So yeah, at least 4. So it's great. It's absolutely worth supporting, and we just lost Jacob. Sad. No, we will remember him fondly. Okay. Well, with that out of
Wow,
the
he lost
way,
his saving throw already. Jeez, that's tough.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully, he's not a technology guy. His engineering wouldn't be.
That's
failed.
right. Oh, he failed his.
well, you're the engineer. Funny story. So, all right.
Segue.
Well, let's just. Oh, my back's killing me. So if I'm leaning back, forgive me. I was just hanging a projector on a ceiling in a gym. Ow. Okay. All right. So
I have a question.
yes.
Is Coinless in the chat?
I'm here.
Oh, he is. Okay. I just don't see you. So I
Mhm.
didn't know if you were here. I just saw you in Rule 20. I'm like, is he here and talking? I just don't hear him. That scenario
I'm here
going
in
on?
spirit, you know.
Oh, okay.
Yes, here in spirit.
All right. I'm good.
Yes. All right. Okay, then. So I got you guys up there, so I don't need to see you here. That's nice. All right. So let's pick up where we left off. So end of last session, the crew had just gotten their briefing on the upcoming mission to Teyvar. And you all, I sent that mission briefing to everyone. So if you've had a chance to look at it, great. If not, it's not that important just yet. So where we are right now is the ship is preparing to depart. So now, one big part of departure is making sure that all the little bits and pieces are up and working. And you know who's in charge of making sure all the little bits and pieces are up and working? The engineers.
That
Well,
would be me.
that
with
would
my-
be you.
with
So,
my patient assistant here.
Not me.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying.
That's right.
I'll just step aside.
yes.
Mhm.
All right, let's see here a second. Every time that happens, I've got to re-mute Jacob. Hang on a second. Oh, man.
Never. Don't mute me.
Well, I have to mute you, otherwise I hear you twice in my ears, and it's really annoying.
Never.
Yes.
Echo. Echo.
Mute him. Mute him. Mute
Oh, it's not echo. It's like a instant apart, and it sounds like you're like robot or something. It's weird. Anyhow,
Awesome.
that
I
aside.
love it.
Okay, so Chris, you have
Yes.
been tasked by. Actually, you know what? Let's just role play through it because this is a role playing game. Damn it, and we're gonna role play it. All right.
We're gonna roll, even if I roll downhill.
Yes.
That's right.
All right. So, you're going to be down in main engineering, doing main engineering type things because that's your job. And Commander Therosarith Sess, remember the Andorian female main engineer. she's gonna come up and go. Let's see. And how is she gonna go? Say, oh, Lieutenant Commander, I have got a task for you.
All right, I am ready, sir.
So you remember that relic that you guys got from Parthia 3?
Oh, do I remember? That was quite the adventure.
Well, today is your lucky day. You're going to get to babysit it while we are preparing to depart. We've gone through it, and the thing's definitely showing its age. So she's going to hand you a manual with basically describing it's the user's guide for the T2C power converter.
Oh boy.
She's going to say, all right, I need you to nurse this thing through for us as we take off. Probably gonna have to have a little break-in period, but I trust you. You know what you're doing. I mean, like you stick around like glue. So hey,
Yeah, and I'm a quick learner.
There you
I've hung out with the best. Except that doctor guy, he worries me.
Yeah, let's not talk about him.
Mm.
Okay. All right, so she's gonna pat you on the shoulder and say, "All right, we're departing in 5 hours. Do your inspection and make sure we are good to go." All right. So, it's that magical time. So, what are you going to do there, Mr. Engineer?
All right, and I am going to base off the guide that I received, and hopefully I do this properly, is I'm going to start my routine inspection and maintenance.
All right.
Make sure things look good. So the first thing, according to the guide, I need to check is I need to monitor temperature levels of the intake valves.
Well, we'll tell you one thing, though. That's only while it's operational. You're doing a cold start right now.
Ah, okay. So it's like my old lawnmower if I had a lawn back in Andoria.
Bluegrass.
Yeah.
Hey, do they have bluegrass
Blue
music on
icicles.
Andoria?
I know it's very cold, so maybe they do have an equivalent of a lawnmower there.
Nice.
Snowblower, maybe.
Snowblower.
That I could identify with being in Buffalo.
Yes.
Out of character.
Out of character. Very much out of character.
All right, so if I've got to get this thing started, I look up, bring up my guide, and I'm looking. It's a very short guide, so it's a very compact user manual, which is good. That means this thing must be pretty straightforward, even though it may be temperamental. So it looks like the first thing I've got to do is I've got to set the harmonic chamber to 60% capacity.
All right.
So do I have to roll for that, or
no? So far, this is all routine stuff. You only have to make rolls if something happens to not work properly.
Okay. So if after I set it to 60% capacity, start looking through, checking things out, and I'm looking at the intake valves. And I'm going to ensure that all 4 valves are open to at least 50% capacity. So I'm going to check that on the 4 intake valves on the device.
Hey, guess what? Speaking of problems, valve number 3 will only open to 20%.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no. Hey.
And my guy just signed me out. So there we go. I'm back.
That's a real technical problem on top of a real technical problem.
Yes. I think this guide is so old, something called Google signed me out. But I'm back in.
Yes.
Apparently, it was part of that 80% that was lost was the manual.
So, all right.
Okay, so if one of them is down to 25%, then I have to look at the emergency maintenance section on the converter guide. And let's see, in case of that's that. Looks like I have to bypass the power through the 3 other valves. If I do misguide something, please let me know. So I'm going to bypass the power through the 3 other valves. And I have to the normal course of action is to remove the malfunctioning valve and replace it with one of a spare.
All right. Now, here is where, if you're going to do that, let's have your roll, because the funny thing with the manual is it says to do it, but it doesn't say how to do it because manuals, right? Right.
Yeah. Oh, yes. I've
All
had
right.
that experience.
So that is going to be a warp core technology or warp drive technology roll averaged with your intelligence.
So my intelligence is an 82. My warp core technology is a 50. So divided by 2. I've got to get lower than a 66.
Okay.
Scoop that up.
Ooh, barely.
You got it.
All right.
All right. So you're able to set it aside. You'll learn one fun thing though. Only one spare came with the unit, so you have no spare valves.
Oh, wonderful. All right, so after I remove and replace with the spare, let's see. So I guess I would have to send this valve for inspection and repair if required, which sounds like that it is.
Yes.
So I'll have to send that off to the workshop. So now that I've got that replaced, I'm going to reinitialize the valve and bring all 4 up to 50% capacity.
And you got it.
All right. I wiggle my antennas in joy and go like do. Try to add a little panache. So after the next step is I need to inject the dilithium flow at 400 PWs.
That's petawatts. That's like that's a lot of wattage.
All right, I don't want to do the old battery test on that one.
No,
So
don't. That's ill-advised to lick the contacts.
that's good. So I'll inject the dilithium flow at 400 petawatts. And once I start doing that, I have to wait for the power level to reach 55%. And once it does that, then I have to set the harmonic chamber to 80% power.
All right.
All right. Once that is complete, I set the frequency value to 450 megahertz. And once I do that, I have to wait for the power to reach 100%. I have to set the intake valves to 25, set the harmonic chamber to 80% capacity, and then restrict the dilithium flow to 200 petawatts.
All right, and you have successfully started a T2C energy converter.
All right. I would
Nice.
high five somebody if I was there in the human tradition of celebration. Though I think the Andorian version of that is probably more cooler, but I don't know what that is offhand.
It's like touching antennae.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Uh,
All right. All right. So I got the thing started, and now I guess I do have to. I guess am I good then to report?
yes. So, after you get it set up, Commander Throstreth is going to come by and take a look and say, "All right, well, looks like you got the old girl going."
That I did. The one little hiccup, but we got it resolved. We're down. We have no extra valves as a heads up.
Okay. Would you care to be the one to see if you can get the valve working again?
Sure, I certainly will give it a shot. If you have any additional manuals, I'll take them. If not, I can use my vast knowledge I've gathered over the course of my career to see if I can get this old thing working.
Unfortunately, the manual I gave you is the only documentation that came with it.
Ah, nuts. I wish they had the 90s, the old Earth tradition of YouTube videos to help me figure this out.
She's going to kind of cock her head like, okay, then.
Earth traditions, what are you going to do?
Yeah, they've got some fun ones, don't they?
Yeah,
All right.
they do.
Well, I'll let you take care of that. Looks like I think we should be good to go. So she's going to hit her comm badge. Or actually, no, she didn't have a comm badge like that. She's going to go to a wall panel and hit it and say, "Bridge, we are good for a warp down here." you'll hear the captain say, "Very good, Commander." And say to right now on the bridge is Lieutenant Commander Chekhov. Remember her? Remember Chekhov from Star Trek? His daughter. She's at the helm. So, and with that, the Lexington is on its way. Yes. All right. Now, two of you, one of whom is not here yet. Hopefully, he arrives soon. Have been tasked with some
This is gonna
things
be
that were
good.
not on the mission briefing.
Oh, this is gonna be good. Two of you, I mean one of you, has got extra homework. Go.
Yes. All right. Well, first of all, let's go with who's in the call presently. Jacob,
Yes.
you have been given some information, some readings about the solar system and the region where Teyvar is, and
Okay.
you've been tasked with going through them to see if you can find anything of note.
Okay. And where are those?
All right. Well, you don't have anything on hand,
Okay.
but I mean, I'm not going to draw up an entire solar system for this
Why not?
because I don't have that much time, man.
Okay.
But what you'll be doing is you're going to be doing a few rolls in astrophysics to
Oh, okay, cool.
take a look, and because that's what you're good at, so that's what they're going to have you do.
Yes.
All right, so this is going to be the average of your astrophysics and intelligence.
All right. Let me think now. That's a lot of numbers. That's 155. Half that is 73. No, 78.
That
I think.
that sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
78.
All right.
Let's see. All right.
So the first
Let's
thing that you are doing is you're researching the area immediately surrounding the planets.
Okay. Jesus Christ.
All right.
idea.
Well,
That's a lot of space out there.
you're not able to come to any conclusions that the science officers on the Shanghai did not. So nothing appears out of the ordinary.
Sir,
Okay.
you may want to remove the lens cap from the.
Oh goodness! All
Oh,
right.
that was the navigation console. My
Oh!
Brilliant.
Good eye. I was just testing you.
bad.
All right. Well, having that done. All right. So the second thing is gonna do a survey of the solar system as a whole.
Okay. Hey, at least I got something this time.
Okay. All right. So what you're going to find is it's a region that has very minor graviton field fluctuations, but it's not anything that appears to cause any kind of anomalies or any issues. But it will
Okay.
cause some minor issues in navigation going through. I mean, you can fly the ship through a graviton field, but it's generally preferred not to.
Okay.
It's like turbulence. So,
Yeah.
all right. Now, finally, there's a nebula about a quarter of a light year away from the solar system, where it's believed that the Fatus raiders, that they go in that direction when they flee. So it's very likely that either they're hiding there or they go through there to lose any kind of trail. All right.
Okay.
So you've been tasked. So actually, the captain directly is going to come to you and say, "All right, Lieutenant Commander, I know that you are our resident astrophysics prodigy.
Yes.
As you know, a major part of our goal here is to identify a way to deal with these raiders. Again, preferably through peaceable means, but if not, we want every option open. So, when the Shanghai came through last time, they took a look at this nebula and they were unable to find a way to penetrate it with their scans. I want to have you take a crack at it and see if you can find a way that we could much more easily scan the nebula for our friends, as opposed to having to do it the hard way.
Okay,
All right.
I can do that, sir. Captain.
That'll be another astrophysics roll.
Oh, I just barely got it.
All right. Yes, you have discovered a way. So, to give science mumbo jumbo in the great tradition of Star Trek. So the density of the particles in this nebula works at a frequency that you discover. And what you're able to do is, if you can modulate the sensors to that same frequency, you can penetrate through the nebula.
Ooh.
Yeah, science.
Yeah.
So like we phase through the matter like the Flash.
Something like that. Something not too dissimilar from that.
We
Yeah,
can
let's.
we can see through
We
the matter, right?
vibrate so fast we phase through it.
Sweet.
Sweet. All right.
And phase right through the pirates.
Okay. All right. So Skippy's one is going to take a bit. Is actually probably going to be the longest of these. So we're kind of trying to fill time here. So originally I had planned for this episode we would wind up getting to Teyvar, and then we'd start the negotiation stuff. But considering Tim's not here, our diplomat, that would be kind of odd to do. So this is going to become kind of another one of those filler episodes. Yay!
Woo, filler.
All right.
All right. So what I had said originally is for the 2-week trip, I would let you pick like one skill that you could pretend as if you had done a roll for, so you could add points to it later. We're going to act that out. All right, so you guys can look at your sheets and pick a skill that reasonably you'd be able to practice while on the ship, and we're going to just act that out and have some fun
Okay,
with it.
I know just the one.
I hear a
Of course, you'd be first up.
Chris, I hear a snoring cat, and it's adorable.
Yes,
Is
yeah,
that what
he's,
that is?
I love cats.
that's him.
It's a
I
triple
have
He's
heard
paying-
that sound before.
He is
love it.
passed out.
It's adorable.
That's awesome.
All right. So everyone look for something.
Yeah, I'm gonna choose modern marksmanship because I still suck at that.
Okay.
I will also join Tomo in modern marksmanship.
All right.
Sweet.
I'm gonna try.
In 0G. No.
Yes. Let's go.
Ooh, I'm gonna.
We're outside the
Ooh,
ship, hanging on
intriguing.
mag boot style.
Yeah.
Off the side, like
Assimilate
ski,
this, as Warp
shoot
would
ski.
say.
Assimilate this.
I'll try the Starship helm operation. I'll sort of like. Can I sit in on that?
Absolutely.
Sure.
All right.
Hmm.
And Fish Soon. What is Fish Soon gonna do?
Oh, transplant surgery.
That's on your sheet.
What?
Where's
Yeah.
that? the hell's that?
It's under medical.
Is it?
Transplant surgery?
Specialist 68
hit-
transplant
hit-
surgery.
Oh,
His medical.
so you
Yeah.
are correct. Okay. Sure. You can make up some. You already
So,
know how to replicate meat, so might as well.
Someone's gallbladder exploded. Quick.
All right.
To med bay.
All right. So everyone, roll for me to see who gets to go first.
Just a straight roll.
Yes, and Eric and
There I
and
get a 12.
Jacob are sharing a roll on this.
We're
Oh,
sharing
okay.
a roll. Oh, what?
Well, because
Sharing?
you're both
Oh,
both
come
doing the
on.
same thing.
Oh shoot!
At
He
turn
rolled.
order.
Oh,
right?
Oh, Chris, damn.
that's why I thought
Seriously.
Jacob rolled a 3. I was like, damn, I'm dead.
No, no, Eric, this isn't for winning. This is to determine who goes first. So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll split the middle with 55. There.
all right. Well, so it looks like the order is going to be Chris, then Eric and Jacob, and then Coinless dead last. So,
Honestly, I
right.
wanted to go last. That's perfect.
So,
You sound like it's all going to plan.
all right, Chris.
Oh, boy.
So you're gonna be sitting in on some helm operations type stuff, right?
Right.
Alrighty then. Let's look at your sheet here. So Starship, helm operation. Now the funny thing with is that you have some in shuttlecraft pilot and some in vehicle operation, so you're not completely clueless on this. You get some of the concepts.
Yeah, I've always
But
wanted to take on the big stuff, the
the
big
big stuff,
ships.
yes. Yes, not Ed Souls and shuttlecraft, but like
Exactly.
cruisers. Right, right, right. All right. So you're gonna so yeah, you're gonna ask. So you'll be sitting in and observing. And so it's Lieutenant Commander Chekhov at the helm right now. And she's gonna say, "You wanna have a chance at it?"
Oh, I wiggle my antennas in excitement and say, "Oh, I would love to."
All right. So
It's a lot of wiggling antenna episode.
Mm.
Mhm.
I should get one of those headbands with the like little stars on it to play with.
okay.
You
All
should.
right. Well, good news is it's already set, so you're not having to do anything. So Lieutenant Commander is going to look at the captain and say, "Captain, permission to do a few maneuvers." Captain will smirk and say, "Permission granted." So
Oh boy.
she will walk you through how to do this. And she say, "All right. So I need you to prime the inertial dampeners for dropping out of warp."
All right, I sort of go back to like my the shuttlecraft can do warp, right?
Oh
On
yeah,
this?
oh yeah. You guys were in a shuttlecraft doing warp all the way to Parthia 3.
Okay, so I go back to my shuttlecraft training and I
Mhm.
say, I sort of look at the board and use my best knowledge to say, oh, this is where it is on the big ships.
All right. Good news is you're able to do that easily enough. She's going to say, "All right.
Cool.
So next, actually begin to ease the throttle back until it hits warp 1."
So based off of like my knowledge of the small craft, I'll sort of like do do that. I'll look at the pad, and I think see the controls to bring it down back down to warp 1.
All right, you're able to do that. And now she's going to say, "Ah, there's Skippy. All right, wonderful. We'll get to you in a little bit."
That's what she says? Wow. What are the
Yes.
odds?
What are the odds? Yeah. No.
I am
Says,
against the odds.
"All right, and now initialize all right, initialize the impulse engines and take it out of warp."
All right, so I click on the initial the impulse engines, get them warmed up, and I'll turn it down, I turn off the warp, and then I slowly bring the impulse engines up to like a comfortable cruising speed.
All right. Lieutenant Commander say, "Well, congratulations. You have successfully taken a starship out of warp."
I'd say thank you for the opportunity, Captain. Thank you for giving me the chance to perform this operation. It's a dream come true.
She said, "Oh, we're not done. Let's take it back."
Oh,
All right, so the procedure is similar to the first time. First, you need to prime the inertial dampeners again.
all right. So I'll click those on, prime those up.
All right, now you need to prime the warp field.
All right. So I get that clicking through using my warp, technology background.
Sure, sure.
I get
Easy
that
enough.
going.
All right. Disengage the impulse drive.
All right. So I take that offline slowly, ever so gently, not to like jerk us to a halt.
All right, and move the throttle to warp 1.
And I bring that up to warp 1.
And you'll see the classic on the screen, just like the stars just suddenly just get really long and streaky past you. Said, all right, good job. Ease her back up to warp 8.5.
All right, I gradually bring the ship up to warp 8.5 ever so slightly. It's not to, you know, do a Fast and the Furious kind of move.
No. You'll hear the captain just kind of clap a few times, like, very good, Lieutenant Commander. You didn't kill us all.
Thank you, Captain. It's an honor to not kill you all.
And it's an honor to not be killed. Thank you.
The honor is all ours.
All right, so Lieutenant Commander Chekhov will slap you on the shoulder and say, now get out of my chair.
I say, aye. I quickly get out, give it back to the experts.
All right. Nicely done, sir.
Sweet.
Okay, so now we get to see two idiots shooting at each other.
Oh yeah. It's happening.
This is gonna be great.
Yes.
Laser tag.
Oh yeah.
Laser
Funny part
tag.
is we suck. We both suck at this, so we're going to miss and probably end up blowing up the ship
I hope not. That would
with
be
lasers.
With
That'd be awesome.
lasers.
Don't worry, they could probably just airlock the area that you're in. And
No,
save
that's
everybody.
Most definitely.
We'll have a damage control drill. It'll be good.
How to retrieve corpses from the vacuum of space.
Spacewalking. I've always wanted
There you
to level
go.
up my spacewalking.
Yeah.
Medical to cargo bay 2. Medical to cargo bay 2.
And they said I would never need to resurrect people in this campaign.
Oh, God. All right, Matt. I need you to pick one skill that you would like to train in, something that you could realistically do while, like, on a ship. Because so far we had Chris is training in helm operations. Eric and Jacob are going to be training in marksmanship. And Fish is going to be training
And dodging.
in transplant surgery.
I have an idea for that.
Oh, God. Some of the scariest words you can hear. I have an idea when it comes to
It's
you.
a less direct idea, so you might have to get approval. I might have to get your approval for it.
Oh, boy.
So I'm gonna say. Deflector shield operation.
All right. Roll me a D100 to see where you go in order of how we're doing this, because we're just first come, first serve.
And 14.
Okay. You will be going after Jacob and Eric.
Cool.
All right. Jacob and Eric, so you have reserved time in basically the gymnasium area. It's the rec room. It's multi-purpose. So, all right. So you both...
Right after we're done.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, something like that. So you both have... let's see. So you both have phasers, but these are ones that are derated to the point where it just, like... If it hits you, it just feels like kind of like getting, like punched in the chest a little bit. Like
Like a paintball gun.
basically, they're paintball phasers. They're actually bright orange. So you can tell that they're not... They say Nerf.
The
for some
training
reason.
ones.
No. They do not say Nerf.
There's sleight of hand in this game.
That would fall under Streetwise.
Oh, I don't have anything in that.
He rewired it.
All right.
I can
So-
do that.
What we're going to do with this is it's going to be like we've done before. You're both going to roll for marksmanship modern, and whoever
Okay.
is the farthest from the number they need to hit wins.
Okay.
The farthest from the number they need to hit.
So basically, whoever wins by the so if Jacob if he's got a 20 and he rolls a 10, he's beat it by 10. If you have a 50 and you roll 30, you've beat it by 20, so you would win.
So it's marksmanship, modern, and dexterity, right?
Correct.
Okay, so that'd be.
Whoa, and X? Okay.
Yeah, the average of those.
45.
Follow-on question: are we dueling each other?
Yep.
I mean,
Nice.
you
Sure.
Yeah, that's
No, but are we like back to back? Take
47.
10,
No.
like 3 paces, turn and fire
Let's
dueling?
let's
I kind of
go.
want that. I kind of want that.
honestly,
Let's do it.
you can do that if you want.
Nakamura would be
There's
like,
that
Dude,
is
I saw that from the
entirely.
Western once. I think we need to do this.
They will
We
not stop
definitely
you
need to do this.
as long as
I
they're
like the
not.
way-
As long as they're not like actual cap and ball pistols or lethal phasers, you can do that.
Let's just go for that.
This is gonna be
I-
great.
Also, Tyler, don't think I forgot about our Ambo match we're supposed to get going on. So
I
don't
know,
think
right? Where was
forgot.
that
Don't
at?
after this.
All right,
I'm
let's
gonna
go.
All right. On the count of 3. Wait, we're rolling to see who's closer, right? On the count of 3.
Yep.
All right. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000. Fire.
Oh, my
Oh
god!
my god!
Did you just did he just get killed?
I'm pretty sure I did.
I
He's
Well-
incapacitated at the least.
You shot him in the mouth, so now he's got his mouth is numb. So
Nagamura instantly go-
training.
It's like, oh Jesus, dude, I'm sorry, man. I like it's one of those.
So much for Andorian endurance.
oh god,
That was priceless. That was priceless.
that was great. The one time you roll a 1 is something when it doesn't matter, except for the laughs.
Oh, it matters.
man.
Because now it's gonna be like I just imagine Tunnel on the ground being like with his grabbing his face, just be like, give me a minute.
All right, Jacob, I need you to make me just an endurance roll.
Oh no.
Medical to gymnasium 1. Medical to gymnasium.
Oh,
Just
Yeah,
Oh, it's, the seafood's back. The bad
Ow.
seafood.
that's gonna last for the next 24 hours.
sweet.
Um,
Walks
Jesus.
into
So-
the day.
Nakamura will walk over to Tunnel and be like, well, maybe we should try that ambo match when you're able to walk that off. Maybe ambo's your thing, not the phasers.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
A couple
Taking it
hours
like a
later,
champ,
he's-
though. You're taking it like a champ.
A couple hours later, he's like in the med bay, and he's like, Sung's just like, when they, the term "bite the bullet." I don't think they took it literally, especially with phaser blasts. It's like, here's some ointment.
Oh,
just
man.
yeah, I know it should go away in 20 in a day.
Well, on your way out from the multi-purpose room, you're going to run into Commander Salt, who, Jacob, is your department head, the chief science officer. He's going to stop you and say, "Oh, Lieutenant Commander, how did it go with the the reports for the Teyvarin system?"
It was great. We have a lot of good information and intel, and we can get through the nebula by modulating the
Nice.
frequency of the sensors.
He's going to blink a few times and just walk away. just
Nice.
Mm.
Beautiful.
All right, Matt, you're up. All right, so what you want to do there, Skips?
So we're gonna do deflector shield operation.
Okay. All right, so you're gonna sit in on the bridge, and you're just gonna kind of hover, watching the. Let's see. So the person doing deflector shields right now. Let's say it is. You're actually watching a lieutenant do it right now. It's gonna be Lieutenant Frisch. Guy a little bit younger. Actually, yeah, younger than you. Definitely younger than you. Definitely.
Everybody's younger than me on
He's-
this ship.
late
Ooh,
late
ouch.
20s. Late 20s. Apparently, someone forgot to tell him that you were going to be shadowing him because he keeps looking over his shoulder like.
Did
So-
you want something?
So when you come in, what do you do? Like,
Well, I'm not saying anything because I know nothing of the area.
Well, you did
So
get approval. That's the thing. You got approval to do this. So to cross train.
yeah, so like I got approval to do it, but like first thing to when learning something is to watch the experts do it.
Okay. Well, doing that, he's just going to kind of be monitoring the deflector shield. Just uh, sir, can I help you?
Continues to say nothing.
He's the definition of hovering.
Just imagine him gradually stepping closer, dead silent.
No. So like as he says that, I just take like a half step forward and just nod.
Uh, sir?
Nothing. Just watching.
Oh. Am I
Cross
doing?
trading.
Am I? Oh. I thought I was doing something wrong. Okay, that's good to know. Uh, okay, that's fine. Um, so he'll relax a little. Meanwhile, the captain is just over there, just like,
I don't know why this is so funny to me.
Lieutenant Frisch, would you like to let the lieutenant commander have a chance at the seat real quick? Uh, yes, sir. Sure. Please.
You never make it this far in Starfleet without a sense of humor.
Mhm.
Oh, is that what we're doing right now? Okay. Sure. Uh, like the captain's going to look over a second and think, Helm, are there any asteroid fields nearby?
Excusez-moi.
The helm officer, who's actually an ensign, is going to look back. Sir? It's like, asked you a question, ensign. He's going to look over to the sensor console. The sensor guy's going to go, yes, sir. Uh, yes, it appears there's one if we divert course by 2.4 degrees. Captain says, Helm, let's do it. Helm, yes, sir. Like, stop us 1/8 a light year short of the asteroid. No, stop us 1,000 kilometers short of the asteroid field there, Helm. Helm goes, yes, sir. So you stop 1,000 kilometers short of the asteroid field. Say, Lieutenant Commander, you ever operated deflector shields before?
That would be a negative, sir.
All right. Helm, find us a small asteroid and proceed at let's say 1/8 impulse towards it. Helm goes, yes, sir. Captain's going to say, Lieutenant, you want to make sure that the Lieutenant Commander knows what he's doing when we rendezvous with our Rocky friend out there? Lieutenant goes, oh, yes, sir. Okay, Lieutenant Commander, so I need you to, so what's going to happen is when we hit it, the, Lieutenant, you okay over there? Yep, yes, sir. Okay, so when we hit the asteroid, the shield is going to fluctuate, and you'll notice a power drain, depending on how big the impact is. So when that power drain happens, you can choose to divert power from one of the other shields to compensate. If we were going through a lot of asteroids, what I would recommend doing is diverting from the rear shields because we're not going to hit an asteroid from behind. And what you can also do is make sure that engineering is aware of the issue and will be working to restore shield power. So, all right. So watch the readout right here. You'll notice that the shields currently, all sides of the shield read 100%. Fore, aft, and starboard and port. So now, as we deliberately run into this asteroid, which happens just like you feel the ship just lurch slightly, and the captain's like, "Oh, attention, all hands! I forgot to mention we're doing some training up here, so you may notice a few lurches here or there. No emergencies, just carry on as normal. Captain out."
Nakamura will comment and be like, "Who the hell's running this deflector dish? Goddamn rookies!"
All right. And so when that happens, the lieutenant will say, "All right, so now you notice the 4 shields are now down to 98%. So, so here is the procedure, and he will show you through how. All right, so you need to, of course, lower the power on the rear shields by 2%, and then shunt that power to the 4 shields. And he'll show you how to do that. I mean, you don't have to roll for this, but you can mark it on your sheet as if you'd rolled for it for training purposes. But because he's there showing you how to do it, you're going to succeed at it. And he's say, all right, so now what you need to do is send a request down to engineering. You don't have to call them. You just hit this panel right here to let them know that they need to work to restore that lost 2% power. All right. Now, fun story, Chris, you happen to be down in engineering at the moment, and you're the one who receives this call.
Oh boy.
So, you will get the chance to do a roll for, let's see, deflector shield technology to restore the shields.
Do I have deflector?
You
I
should
do.
have 10 in it. So,
I do.
all right.
So 82. 10. See, I got a beat. I got to beat a 46. All right, let's see if I can Eric this.
All right, I like this.
Oh,
Ooh.
just.
Just.
All right. So you'll go down there. You're going to. So the beautiful thing about the warp engine is that it's not always running at full capacity. So what you're able to do is temporarily increase output and divert that to the shields until they recharge back to 100%. So the engine is normally operating at, actually that power converter gives you an idea. The engine is usually operating at 80% capacity. So you increase it to 81, and a few minutes later, ta-da, we've got full shields again. So Matt, you'll see on the console that the number is going to tick up from 98, 99, 100%, and turn full green again. Lieutenant will say, and see, it's as easy as that. Captain's looking over, smirking still. Nicely done, Lieutenant Commander. Nicely done. You didn't kill us all. That's a joke, sir. You are allowed to laugh on this bridge.
Is that the bar not killing anyone? Everyone got up and walked away.
I mean,
That
every
makes it
landing
look
is a
so
good one
bad
that you can
anymore.
walk away
Exactly.
from.
I mean, yeah,
Something like
not
that.
a bad thing. Bar's gotta be set somewhere, I guess.
Yes. Set it somewhere, even if it's really low. So. All right. Hey, so both of you get to do rolls for that. So Chris got a bonus. Yay, Chris.
Hey.
Hey.
Chris is liking this.
Okay. All right. So that means now, what abomination of a thing is Fish Soon gonna do today?
Oh no.
I'm sure he won't disappoint.
Okay, well now I was actually gonna do a reasonable thing, so now I feel like I
Oh.
should.
You know,
Wait,
he's gonna work on
reasonable
his
fish?
tea brewing skills. Yeah.
Well, I would. Well, my first thought was if I could because I'm not even sure if it would work. So Tripper,
Hmm.
can I do research on the whole dark water organ transplanting thing and consider that transplant surgery if I look through like the documents and the reports?
Well, I'll go ahead and tell you, you're not going to have anything on the ship that'll help you.
Okay. Then I'll go to plan
it's
B.
all going to be classified. You can
Frankenstein.
try looking into it, and the computer will just flash up saying classified information needs clearance level Alpha 3.
Clearance level Alpha 3, you say?
Now, if you do a roll, let's see, which roll would that be?
He's gonna 1 out of 100 it. Watch.
Oh God.
Mm.
Let's see. There's so many things.
I have no idea. Yeah, what do I? I don't want to like get perfect roll and then absolutely botch it because I didn't wait till after Tripper told me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. You don't want that to
in
happen.
here
Mhm.
somewhere.
Mhm.
Dadgummit,
Agreed.
where else? Unless you didn't write it down. Oh, there it is. This is consider this Federation law. So the average of Federation law and intelligence. It's 15 and 80.
Okay. 15 and 80. Which means I gotta pull up my calculator.
I have my calculator up.
I was gonna say that's one of the apps I open up
55.
when I'm here. Like, it's like
The
I
math
roll 20
RPG.
and
I
calculator.
got an app, so it's really fast, but it's like, Okay, I gotta be 55. Yay!
All right. So you're going to know that Alpha 3 that's going to be Admiral level. And actually not even that's not even your norm, that's like Fleet Admiral level. The only ranks above that are Grand Admiral, which is the same rank as oh gosh. The Admiral we just talked to. Admiral Lord. The guy who basically owns the ship. Why am I
That guy. That
Wesley.
guy.
Wesley.
Admiral Wesley.
Grand Admiral Wesley, and above that is literally the president of the Federation. So that's Alpha 1. Alpha 2 is Grand Admiral. Alpha 3 is Fleet Admiral. Alpha 4 is just Admiral.
Well, time to pull an abomination of nature, I guess, instead.
Well, it's afternoon.
Why
I
are
guess I
those
can
the
start
only
working on my
choices?
abomination.
Yeah.
Okay, so as the not technical head of staff, but still pulling some weight, I'm gonna just I'm gonna call in as many of the lowest ranking medical officers I can.
The interns. He's calling in
Yep.
the interns.
It's
The
like,
medical
I'm
students.
I'm gonna hold a demonstration.
Is this going to be an operation
Oh.
theater?
I feel like the
Mayhaps.
cadets that are on like their little summer cruise should be like part of his experiments or something like.
God.
I was gonna bring them all in. I was gonna 3D print that Orion corpse that I know how to make now, and just be
Okay.
like, everybody, we're gonna be doing an Orion autopsy dissection. And no, you don't have a choice. This is I outrank you all, and until a higher officer comes in here, we're gonna do this.
Oh my God. All
I would
right.
imagine
And I
some of
love
them might be
being
interested
empowered.
in that. Like that's it's anatomy, right?
Oh yeah, I also just pull like if anyone wants to join in, I send it out to like the other people. Yeah.
All right. All right. Well, this is actually going to be fun. This is going to be a twofer. So if you're going to do surgery, it's going to be that, but it's also going to be Orion Anatomy.
Which I have nothing in.
Yep. So this is a learning experience.
I'm really curious about that whole being able to survive off of nothing but paint thinner and alcohol
Mm.
and drugs.
Oh God. Yes. All right. So now, you're going to. So what are you attempting to do?
Oh, I was just gonna be like, Okay, today, class, we'll be going over the Orion biology as presented by these multiple sets of cadavers. I will be doing my own autopsy, which I would like you to follow, and you will each be trying to replicate the process to the best of your ability. I will be grading you all, and just kind of it's like so. Try not to screw up.
Okay then.
I mean, that seems like it would work, right?
Wouldn't you include instruction in that?
That's why I'm showing them what to do. So I'm either gonna botch this, and they're gonna botch it too, or I'm gonna succeed. And either way,
Alright.
I'm gonna play it off like I know what I'm doing. So it's gonna be great.
Just
So
gonna play it off like that's the intended to do all the time.
Yeah.
Like, aha.
we're
You guys
gonna
didn't study.
So
We're-
should it be Orion, which is 0?
we're gonna
plus,
do a first. We're gonna do 4-way roll.
a 4-way.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh
Lord.
my gosh.
Well, it is
Achievement unlocked.
surgery, so you know.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I have transplant surgeon.
So
I'm
it's
just
gonna be
transplant people.
transplant surgeon, Orion physiology, which you have 0 in, intelligence and dexterity.
Okay, 0 plus 68 plus intelligence 80 plus dexterity, which
Square root of-
is 53. Not the worst. Goals. I think that's 201.
That's a coin flip. It's boiled down to a
divided
coin
by
flip.
4.
Yes.
It's it is a 50.25%.
Nice. It is a coin flip.
Wow.
It's
Damn.
slightly.
Almost a perfect 50-50 split.
Wow. Okay.
That's priceless.
Okay.
The 2-5.
Eh,
The 2-5 is it gonna? Oh wow! All right.
Wow.
Very nice.
I know
very
what I'm
nice.
doing.
All right, so you are
Does he
successfully.
exclaim that like
So
as he's
how does
doing
it- how does it go down?
I know what I'm doing.
All right, well, tell me what
Oh.
you want to do exactly. You walk me through
Basically,
it.
yeah, I have. So there's like 7 copied cadavers, with I imagine the mortified faces of my lower medical officers. I'm like, okay, you want to start like this, and I quickly slice open the chest, like pull apart the skin, start cracking the rib cage, and it's like, okay, so then you want to go, and I grab and start like gradually just taking out the organs and explaining it in quick succession, hoping that like they'll kind of do the situation where it's like and they're trying to quickly copy me. And as I gradually just completely dismantle this
Oh
corpse,
God. Okay.
as I'm like
Oh,
giving
Mamma
them
mia.
very fast-paced details, like they're
You know what? Let's make this an instruction roll. You're just getting all the
Ooh,
fun
That
today.
is an instruction roll. That's
So-
completely instruction.
All right, so this is going to be another
do
3.
I have that?
You do.
Yeah,
you have a
it's
10.
Right above
Discussion.
language.
You have a 10. So
Nice.
this is going to be average of intelligence, charisma, and instruction.
80 plus, so that's and then charisma. Do I have? Is that a stat I have?
Yeah, everyone has charisma.
Really?
That's like one of your
It's a
base
core stat.
stats.
I know.
Of course, that he's like,
But
yeah,
I
it's
have
negative. Yeah, but it's negative. But you know, it's all good.
So that was 3. So
It's right next to luck.
48% chance.
48% chance.
This is some serious math this episode.
Yes.
I didn't expect this many rolls from what I was just trying to blatantly be a jerk towards these people about. And my gosh,
Apparently, being a jerk is an effective teaching method.
yeah.
Boy, it really makes you focus. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't need. So wait, I rolled So so instruction.
Federation law, instruction, and transplant surgeon.
Federation law, instruction, transplant surgeon, instruction. I did so many rolls.
You did.
I didn't mean.
That's a well-made scenario, though. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that is how you do it. Okay, so I expect you all to have succeeded. I turn around and I want to just kind of see their progress.
The queasiness on their face.
They're doing better than you would expect. Like, they've all, some of them can't tell their secondary spleen from the stomach, but hey, that's just Orion physiology for you.
Yeah, I get to write that down. Orion physiology.
Oh yeah, that was rolled. Yeah, you got so
That's
much
what I was
in
like there. Jeez.
there. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna look at them all and I'm like, Subpar, but what can I do? Well, what can you do, really? I consider it adequate for the meantime, but do again. Try to do better. If it wasn't for my instructions, I assume you would have all failed horrifically. So you're welcome. And then I proceed to walk out, and I'm like, clean this all up, will you?
Nice. Yep, you went to med
Man.
school. I can vouch for that. That's completely. That's completely a power move right there. Yep, that makes sense.
Yes. Yes. It is. All right. So that we have had all of the training sessions that we want to do. So now that Matt's here, all right. So you have a big project there, Skippy.
Oh no.
Oh yes. All right. So Teyvarin language.
Oh boy, a new language.
Yes. So Teyvarin language. Formal Teyvarin, we understand. And actually, you're gonna be brought into a briefing with Commander Blaine, the first officer, and she's gonna task you saying, "All right. So in order for our diplomats to be able to do their job effectively, they need to understand all the ins and outs of the Teyvarin language. Now, formal Teyvarin is easy enough. The problem is each of the 5 nations has its own dialect, and there's some variations that led to some miscommunication with the Shanghai and First Contact, and we'd like to try to avoid those. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you 5 examples of language that apparently caused a miscommunication and see if you can take a team and figure out exactly what happened with these phrases. Does that sound like something? Well, it's not this. I'm not asking if you can do this. This is what you're going to do, but it's.
What kind of communications officer would I be if I did not jump at the chance to learn a new language?
That's the enthusiasm I like to see. Good job. All right. So he's going to hand you a pad. All right. So we've got these 5 phrases, one in each of the 5 dialects. So I will leave it to you, and so you'll have a team assembled of ensigns and lieutenants, other linguists that you will be leading to see if you can figure this one out. Sound good, sir?
Sounds marvelous.
All right. Okay. So what's going to happen? So here is the first one. So here you have a phrase in the Mondstack dialect. Let's see. Is that going to work? All right. I need you, Matt, to read that for me. It is in the Roll20 chat.
The Roll20 chat. Let's see here. Holy cow.
You can see why they had a problem.
And is it pronounced how I think it's pronounced?
It just go with we're doing the hooked on phonics rules. So how it looks is how it's pronounced.
So what I see is Brugi Frosch Swiv Swal Kofa.
All right. So now what we're going to do is you've got your teams. So we're going to do an administration plus leadership plus charisma roll. And if you succeed, you get a plus 15 to your own roll.
Oh, okay. So run those 3 by me one more time.
All right. Administration.
Okay.
Leadership.
Okay.
And charisma.
Wow. It's like you were trying to find the ones that I have my highest scores in.
Well, hey, it works.
So let's see how I roll. Dang it!
That's a no.
I was
Cat-
trying to make
Wait,
it macro
what?
earlier.
Oh, okay. I
Ah,
was like,
dang it!
Hashtag.
I was like,
does
what
does
is
60
going on?
succeed?
I missed by 6.
Dang it. Okay. Well, you still have a chance. All right, but what you're going to be rolling then?
Remember to drink your Ovaltine?
Nice.
Let's see. All right, so this is going to be a roll of, let's see, intelligence. It's
Okay.
actually just going to be intelligence divided by 2
Wow.
because you don't actually have the language to work from. So you're just having to just straight up kind of try to figure this out from scratch.
Nope.
Wait, we can just
Okay.
use intelligence?
Well, it's intelligence plus 0 divided by 2. All right. Well, what the phrase seems to say is, I would like a glass of wine. So you're not able to figure out why that caused any kind of miscommunication during first contact. So, well, nice try. So next, here from Liua.
So we have Bershhoy Necrafuf Court Blucht.
All right. Let's do another one of those first rolls. You got your team. Make them do the job. All right.
There we go.
They are able to
I
make
know
good.
that one.
So they're able to figure out a lot of the syntax and get some idea of most of the words. All right. So now you're going to do your roll with a plus 15. So it's basically your intelligence divided by 2 plus 15.
Okay. Six. That is
wait,
the
the
wrong
You
one.
rolled a
D12.
d12.
I
Oh.
was like, wait a minute.
And does a
But-
46 do it?
Not quite.
All right.
Almost, but not quite.
What it looks like they said is, do you sell fried meat here? So you're not quite sure
No,
on
wait.
that one either.
No, I know what this is. It says your mother was a hamster and your father smelled elderberries. That's
Oh, goodness. All
Are
right.
they saying it in a French accent too?
it.
All right. Now, here you've got your Sumerian dialect.
So they're all like 5 different dialects.
Yes, there are 5 different dialects.
Okay, so we have Thul, Gui, Brishi, Frapt, Viula, Porjoy,
Mhm.
I think.
That's right. All right. Do your administration, leadership, the other role.
So first, that is a success,
All right. And now the other one.
and so is that.
All right.
Nice.
So you're able to figure out what they thought it said was, I want to climb that tree. What they actually said is, I want to jump from that tree. So that led to a incident where one of the crew kind of got confined for their own safety. Yeah, that didn't go over well. All right. In Azura.
Hono, Rio, Goka, Troy, Shuni, Watogi.
All right.
And success.
All right.
And
Not
not a success.
Well,
bad as it gets.
I think I know which place we're gonna go to first.
All right. So what you think it translated to is your mother has beautiful livestock.
Yeah, she does.
That's a legit comment. Yeah.
Half of these sound like pickup lines.
Bad ones,
All
but
right.
still.
Now, this last one for Shenzia is you're given special emphasis on this one because it looks like that you are going to be sent with the team going to Shenzia. So there's a phrase here that appears to be a traditional greeting. And let's see. Get this one right here. And actually, this one is not one that was ever said during the first away team trip, but it was located in some of their documentation or in some of the literature, and it appears again to be a traditional greeting.
Holy cow.
Come on, you got this.
Trelfko, Honol, Glokro, Froiv, Shenzia Teyvar.
Okay.
So we have a terrible roll.
All right.
You can still get it.
And that doesn't do much better.
All right. So what it appears is that it says is Shenzia is the crown jewel of Teyvar. So you're going to bring this report to the commander, Commander Blaine. She'll look it over and say, huh. Well, I can see what happened in Sumera, but I'm not sure what these miscommunications were. But this last one, yeah, based on what our researchers have pulled up, looks like this is, yeah, Shenzia is the crown jewel of Teyvar. We'll have the team. You'll be sent down with Lieutenant Commander Sorab, and we'll make sure that you use this as part of your greeting to the heralds that you'll be meeting. So, all right, very very good work there, Lieutenant Commander. Thank you for your efforts.
My pleasure.
All right. Well, after all of that, it looks like it's time for a mess hall scene with everyone here. Because I got 40 minutes to fill, and you went through everything I had brought up a lot faster than I expected.
I mean, hey, I'm still open to have all those therapy sessions.
Let's do that.
Yes.
Oh no.
Who's getting drafted by force to go to therapy?
All right, everyone roll, and whoever rolls the worst has to go and sit in this therapy session with.
Oh,
Oh, that's gonna be me.
no. Oh, no.
No.
No, no.
no.
Yeah, finally.
Oh man.
Oh boy, the dice are
The dice have
wonderful
spoken.
today.
The dice hate me.
All right, so it looks like Crystal has come up for his annual psych evaluation, and the doctor on duty for this shift is none other than
Turn
good
on
old
my swivel chair.
what?
Hello. I just like the scene where the swivel chair is facing away from the
Yes.
person.
Yes.
That's when I just turn towards them like, hello. I just click my pen. It's like, so you are. Click, 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 click.
Can I attempt to just turn around and walk out?
Be like, nope.
I say
nope,
attempt.
Nope.
Nice try. Have your
let's-
name down on here, Crystal. I was just messing with you. Sit down, sit down. It's mandatory. Caps
Is
pen on
there
desk.
another doctor?
I will be reporting you.
Unfortunately, no, I sent them all actually to go work on some of the more autopsy projects.
Now, are the autopsies your fault?
They're not my fault, but they were by my request, if that's what you mean.
No, that is not what I mean.
Well, then no. This, you can sit right over there. I point to the kind of the classic long, cushiony seat to lie down on.
And I sit down, regrettably.
So I can see so I can already see there's quite a bit of hostility. Did you wanna discuss that at all?
Hmm.
Maybe it's root cause.
Oh, its root cause is you. You are the root cause.
Okay, I'm actually gonna open up my character sheet. Wait, okay,
Oh no.
okay, yeah.
I mean, it completely checks out that we would send people for the psych evaluation for someone that's like.
Yeah, no,
A few
continue.
a few
So
screws loose.
why do you feel that I am the cause? Why do you feel this aggression towards me, per se?
Besides the fact that you gave me actual human cats food.
I gave you food.
You gave me earth cat kibble.
I did. And when was this? It's like I clearly don't believe you, but it's like, okay, so when was this exactly?
Time frame doesn't matter. It was
Was
an
it like within the
insult
past
to
couple
my
months?
species.
Okay.
It's like back in the early 20th century on Earth, the racial slurs that they would use amongst themselves.
Okay, so there and and so is there any other reasons? Anything else that prompts this? Was it a series of events or was this an isolated incident?
Oh, once it started, it just snowballed.
Okay, so can you list any other instances of this particular series of discrimination, you say?
Hmm. Um, how many away missions have you been on with me?
I think none. This is like a single incident from like years ago that you're holding against me.
Yes, the
I mean, it
kibble
was
thing.
offensive.
Yeah.
It was like the most offensive.
And it is so this is common knowledge that this is offensive to you.
Yes.
It's been written down in okay. Um, is there any? We do have some tricks, some notes to go over. It's always good to get over these ingrained issues and try to make up with people. Help them understand their mistakes, possibly with the person you're discussing, and maybe find a common ground. Like, because the grudges always, they say they eat at you, and they kind of an old issue that let it out, kind of build and fester over the years. And I definitely believe that it would be good for you to maybe come to a resolution with this individual. As you know, we want all of our crew to be in tip-top mental health, so you know. But let's move on from that. We can address that back later. Is there any sort of issues you have with being so old on this crew?
You want to explain what you
Well,
mean with this ageist remark?
Aegis remark. No, sorry, I didn't. I can see how you could have misinterpreted that. But you see, as I've checked over your medical records, it does appear that you are getting quite on an age for, I believe, vacation. And that does tend to have some repercussions and some side effects, especially with the length of time you've served, such as PTSD, traumatic events and other sorts of just accumulated stress that happens over a long-standing point of time. And I was wondering if there's anything particular that you've been dealing with that you wish to disclose, because of how old
Not
you are.
currently.
Okay.
And I have nothing that has happened to me because of my age.
Okay. Very sensitive.
I love it. He's writing his notes out loud. It's like that's perfect. Perfect.
Okay.
Maintains being a.
And did you want to ever? There is something I want to bring. Did you ever want to, maybe discuss the occasional lapses that you seem to have during some missions? Along some points of time where you seem to just seclude yourself or almost lose connection to the group for multiple stands of time.
I have
And
no
now he's
idea
bringing the
what
phone
you're
call.
talking about.
Well, you mentioned that this clearly, as you said, this wouldn't be something that has been affected by your age. I was wondering if maybe there's some sort of undocumented illness that some medical officer might have
Doctor?
misdiagnosed.
It-
Yes.
I am not senile
Okay.
because I know that is exactly what you're trying to say. I am not senile. I do not have dementia nor any
Why do you?
other kind of memory problems.
I've never brought that up in particular, so I'm curious at why you came to this particular inclusion. Is there any history maybe you have with your own family? Did you want to discuss your family at all?
Not with you, no.
Why do you feel that way? That you can't discuss your family with therapists?
Oh, no. I have no problem talking about them with therapists. I mean you
Okay.
personally.
So you seem to have a hostility towards me in particular,
Yes.
and this is because of this grudge. You have to say, right?
You can say that.
Okay. So, I see. Long-standing grudge, inability to communicate afterwards to that individual. Did you want to try and clear? I guess we can go back to this issue then, because it seems to definitely be
Or
impeding.
was there like some information that you wanted to get out into the air? Like your history.
My history,
Yes.
such as.
Like how you were so easily able to connect with the Orions and divert them.
Oh God.
I'm just writing some.
Well, at that moment, actually, a little chime is going to go off that your time is now up.
I see. It was wonderful talking to you. Have a
Saved
wonderful.
by the bell.
Nice.
And waiting
So
waiting outside for his annual psych evaluation is Tynol.
Yeah.
if you want to know the notes I wrote down, I put blind aggression towards therapists, holds random grudges for who knows how long ago. Very sensitive about age, delusional and combative in trying to divert topic.
Beautiful.
Okay, next. Next.
Ready for the next crazy.
Oh boy. I guess that's me.
Yes, it is you.
All right, and then I guess I'll walk into the room and sit down.
Oh, Tynol, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well, and yourself?
I'm doing quite wonderful. So, as you know, this is the standard kind of psychological evaluation we go through, and I was wondering if you were having any issues you wanted to get off your chest or things you wanted to discuss.
I have nothing.
I see. So, how about Well, I was checking over the medical logs, and I noticed that you had a bit of a confrontation with one of our other crewmates, Hiro Nakamura, I believe. And it says here that you received a phaser blast to the mouth. Am I wrong about that? Or...
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Is this still within the 24 hours?
And no, this has been like a few
Ah,
days.
Yeah.
fine. Yes, we were sparring, and he managed to get a lucky shot.
Yeah, I heard from some eyewitness reports. Obviously, I like to do a bit of investigation on my own, obviously, because I'm a good therapist. Unlike some people, I yelled slightly to the door. Anyways, I believe. So, do you have any sort of deep repressed aggression towards Hero for doing this to you?
No, no. Like I said,
No,
just a
no
lucky shot.
bloodthirsty urges.
Nope.
Sense of no urge to stab him or
I
spit
mean,
on
I'm
his
getting an
corpse.
urge to stab.
Oh, okay, that's good to know.
Breakthrough
Okay.
progress.
Okay, so do you want to go into more detail on why this urge came up?
No, not really.
Okay, I would just like to advise that all these the reports are being audio recorded. May I continue?
Out of character. Can I hack audio recordings?
You can try.
Sweet.
Okay, so I see. As an Andorian, do you have any sense of disconnect with the other crew members?
No.
No. Okay.
There's another
So-
Andorian on the crew.
There's multiple
So you-
Andorians.
okay.
Well, yeah,
That's true.
but I mean on my level.
So you feel do you get along with the other crew members as well? Then
I don't talk to them.
you don't talk to anybody else. So you don't try to communicate with people outside of your comfort zone. You would say.
I'm a scientist. I don't have to.
Sure.
I mean, you should know that, right?
You're a scientist.
Aren't you a scientist?
Oh
too?
yes, no, I am definitely.
Exactly.
Anyways, so have you made any friends? You would say anyone, individuals you would, for the most part, believe are someone you could confine in. Maybe put your life in their hands if need be.
Well, obviously Hero, because he shot me in the face.
So to clarify, being injured and attacked is a form of bonding.
Well, we are Andorian.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Attack. Him. Good. Okay. So, moving on to another classic question. Do you feel that there's anybody on this ship that you would consider your worst enemy / someone you would wish to never see again?
Standard question.
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, so there's some people in the works. Got it. Some gears are turning.
Progress.
Okay. And would you say the last couple of missions you've had no lingering PTSD, and there's no sudden, like for example, a sudden gunshot or loud noises would freak you out at all? As I just proceed to like bang something on the desk really quickly just to see if it gets a rise out of him.
No, the only thing I fear now is food.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
yes.
a legit fear, man.
So I am
After that
actually, as both a
experience.
medical officer and therapist, I am quite curious. Do you believe that you were poisoned, or maybe someone that you didn't, maybe a grudge, as you seem to have maybe mulling over some potential suspects, attempted to, inflict harm on you through that food?
Not until just now.
Mm-mm. So I'm just spitballing here with you. Just spitballing to get the ball rolling. But you would agree your constitution is quite strong, right? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. So you wouldn't believe that something as simple as just food, mere food, would be able to put you into that situation, right?
I don't. I
You wouldn't
don't think
think so,
so.
right? Yeah. So it would make sense that it must have, it, as a strong Andorian as yourself, it makes the most sense that it must have been uh, a ploy by someone, right, to inflict
Yes.
harm upon you.
You seem to know an
Okay.
awful lot about this.
Well, no, as a medical officer, I was going over the notes, and I've had my own suspicions, and I believe that it wouldn't be against your better judgment to maybe look out for someone that might potentially be trying to cause you harm. And if you do happen to find them, if you could report them back to me, it would be much obliged. But just to inform you that your health and safety is not at risk as long as I am here to give you medical attention. But if you do feel you have some suspicions, feel free to inform me of them.
Okay.
At that
If I
moment,
have any suspicions in the future.
your time is up.
Ah, the bell.
All right. Well, I'm going to take my leave.
Have a wonderful day.
All right.
You too.
Notes are short temper, thinks they are a scientist. Attacking him is good in his mind. Gears are turning to make enemies, and food poisoners still at large.
Wow.
I am
Damn
deleting
that
it
food
after I write
poisoner.
them for space sake, but
Wow. Okay. Well, in the grandest of coincidences, guess who else has their annual psych evaluation today? Calvo.
Nice.
I strut in, I sit down in the chair, cross my legs, sort of just, sit there and say, "Hey, what's going on?"
Hey, hi Calvo. It's good to
Hello.
see you again. So classics therapist. It's gonna be real quick. So, your skills and history with using stick shift and other car-based vehicles.
I
How
have an
many
attraction to phallic things.
Okay.
Woo.
Can you-
Alrighty.
Sorry, what?
Clear my entire afternoon
Oh,
schedule.
God, there goes
It's gonna get
Freud.
long.
There goes Freud. Oh, God.
I do have two antennas.
I'm just gonna redact that. That just get crossed off. It's like
That's
deleting it from the logs person.
That's fair. Yeah, I always had a fascination with the classic American movie series Smokey and the Bandit, dreaming I was
Nice.
driving fast and living free.
Oh, God.
I wanted to grow a mustache like that classic actor Burt Reynolds, but just wasn't happening. The chest hair though, that might work.
Do Andorians have facial hair? I don't even know.
They
I
can.
I
don't
don't
know.
think so.
They can.
I haven't
Yeah.
I mean, I've never seen them.
I don't think. Oh.
I've
Anyways,
seen
go ahead.
some that have. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, it's good to know, I
Mhm.
suppose. Another question. Do you feel you are getting along with fellow crewmates?
Yeah, I like everybody. I mean, I'm not overly, social, but it's all right. Professional relationships at work. There was that one troublemaking security officer, Sarkin Harkin or something like that.
Sorry. Okay.
Yeah, tried to start something with me, but hey, this is Starfleet. I'm not going to start anything crazy. So, by the book, very professional.
Is snitch.
I like that they give us the ability to chat with you about these kind of things.
Oh yeah, it's very important. It's all just between me and you, confidential.
Mm-hmm. Well, speaking
Other
of
than
which,
the first fleet upper
are you the
echelon
Frank?
that
I sort of look like. Are you the Frankenstein guy that's been rumored around the ship?
No. I'm more of a Lazarus, I believe, in my own book.
Oh,
Frankenstein was more, how would you say, pathetic. But
really?
everyone has their comeuppance, other than me. So,
There-
anyways, back to you.
God.
I clicked my pen a couple of times. Do you feel that your position as an engineer is being properly, looked at? You feel that you're getting the credit you deserve for
Oh,
the work you do?
absolutely. My commander just applauded me just a little bit ago to get the starships started up with the part that we got back from the planet. So I feel very fulfilled. I'm not here for the accolades. I mean, the attention is nice, but
I
that's
have
all just part of a day in Starfleet.
I have heard that they're a bit of a talker. Um, really like to ramble sometimes, I believe.
Hmm.
And has that affected your psychological situation at all? Feeling haggard or drained from the shifts?
No, the biggest factor is gets my brain moving, and I just started thinking of the classic song from Earth, "I'm a Rambling Man."
Mm,
Born, I was born, and I get the start like humming. Born, I was born a rambling man.
ancient differences. Okay.
So,
You
so you're not still,
feel
if you're not Frankenstein, are you more like Dracula, like bringing, like, good evening? Do you have a cape?
well, whack. Well, Dracula had quite a few weaknesses, unlike myself, so I wouldn't put
Ah,
myself that lowly. Uh, do you feel any particular hatred for any enemy you have faced?
mm-mm,
No?
no.
Have you dealt
I don't like Dracula though.
don't like Dracula? Okay.
Nah,
Um
but you're not Dracula, so that's okay.
no, we're all good.
Yep.
Another very simple question that
Mhm.
going through these notes. Uh if you were to have 50% of your body replaced with non-organic parts, what would you be your first reaction upon if you were say wake up having been killed a couple months prior?
Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. Or I might start singing Domata Arigato, Mr. Roboto.
So you wouldn't go. It wouldn't be like a RoboCop scenario for you at all.
Oh, I've never seen this Cop Robo, but we'll add it to my Earth movie list.
Rob Cop. It's Rob. Rob Cop.
Rob Cop.
Yeah, Rob Cop. Sorry.
Is this?
It's
Is it?
about a tin man, having been he was an investigator that was found. He got his parts blown up. So basically they said we can
Oh.
rebuild him as a police officer. And
It's
then
the worst description I've ever heard.
Oh, speaking of Tin Man, so you're more like the wizard from that Wizard of Oz.
Oh no.
Except you're not behind a
less smoke
curtain.
and mirrors. Less smoke and
Oh,
mirrors.
okay, and you're not behind a curtain.
No, well, sometimes, but that's
Oh.
more of a medical thing. Yeah.
Hmm.
That makes sense.
So you seem pretty clear. Yeah, I mean, most of your stats and things check out.
Mhm.
I do think you might have a slight fixation on medieval, ancient pop culture, but other than that, I believe you're for the most part average.
Everybody's got a hobby.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. You're probably, I think, the first person today I've had that has absolutely aced this, and I just want to congratulate you. I'm gonna stand up and shake his hand. It's like for your astounding work and ability to.
In
Just remember, and I put my hand on your shoulder. Just remember, it's not really a therapist question, but if per se, someone were to make a perfect scale model of a car. Would you per se be willing to drive that car for them if they were to ask?
Oh, certainly.
Good to hear. It's kind of
I need a bandit to my Smokey,
perfect. Whatever. Yes.
or Smokey to my bandit.
You're just using him for your advantage. I'm a little syrup. Shut up.
God.
Sorry. Sorry.
Many so rap strikes.
Oh, I like the ventriloquism I saw the Muppet Show.
Yes, and ventriloquism. Yes, definitely.
I start humming. Dun, 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 phenomena, do, 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 do. as I walk out of the office.
Oh, and you're gonna walk right past Hero,
Very
just
stable.
waiting there for his appointment.
I go back. I go past here. This guy's good. This guy's good. Yeah, have a fun session.
I was gonna wonder how'd your session go. You seem to be pretty. You seem better for it. Okay.
Yeah, he's not dragging.
This ain't-
He's
I
not
was a little.
dragging. Yeah, so.
I was a little worried about this, but I think this is gonna be good.
Oh, you'll have
Like,
no issues.
Oh, good.
As you walk in, you just see you just hear this like, "Well, I'm sorry, you can't use other people for your events." Like, shut up! I told you, I can handle this little Sorab. It's easy. I know what I'm doing. My moral compass has not been compromised just by suggesting this. Okay, it's like, well, I'm just saying.
Am
No,
I?
no,
Am
I
I?
was here. Okay, shh.
You're hearing
Hello.
this.
Yeah.
Nakamura is like at the door, listening to all this just before he sits down, kind of deal.
Hi.
Like,
Oh gosh.
It's kind of like a wristwatch. I'm just putting my hand over the. Yeah, sit
Nakamura,
down.
Nakamura
down.
goes, oh, this is gonna be fun. And then he casually goes to sit down on the couch. Says, "All right, good day, Doc. How's it going?"
Anyway. So
Are you done talking to the other voices in the room?
I have no idea what you're talking about. So would you have you been having this hearing voices issue for a while now, or is this something more recent?
No, I only hear the voices that are coming from people. How many voices do you
Is that
hear?
so? I haven't heard any voices actually. When did this occur, per se?
Hero would get up from the couch and then close the gap between the doctor and his chair, and then he would start turning to look at his display to see what's on there. What's on that display?
My display?
Like, your computer screen.
I imagined it was more like a notepad slash.
What's on the
kinda thing.
notepad then? Oh, you're like very old school. Notepad.
Yeah, no, I was.
Oh, I thought you were
I
like,
was-
you don't even have a tablet in the 2300. All right. What
You
do
know,
your
just
notes?
in case
What do your
someone
notes
tried to
say? I'm looking over. I'm completely looking over at your notes.
Just like I'm trying to actively keep them close to the chest right now.
Ah, very good.
Sit down. As I see you getting close, I'm just sticking my hand underneath to write something out of your vision.
Isn't this supposed to start with trust, there, Doc? Come on now. What
Yeah,
you writing
exactly.
down?
I am hoping that you trust me to take the
Are-
appropriate notes.
Are the voices telling you to do that?
I do not know what you're talking about. And then just out of the corner, he's like, "I think he's onto us." Are you hearing? And I just very stone faced, fish is just like, "Are you hearing voices?"
and,
Can
Hero
I-
is going to completely. And I'm willing to do a roll with
no,
this
no.
of how believable.
Tripper,
He
can
wants
I
to
make
go.
a,
Go
can I
ahead,
make
go
a
ahead, let's go for it.
charisma roll to see if I can
Oh god. So what are you trying to do?
I want to see if I can bluff my way out of this.
Okay.
Unless here,
Well,
do you want to play along with this, or do you want to make a roll for this? This is the question.
what I wanted to do was I wanted to pretend that Hero said I heard the voice too, even though he did not hear a voice. He's completely playing into the Doc's craziness.
Oh my god.
No,
Okay.
I'm like asking you if you're hearing voices.
No, I'm like I'm hearing the voice on your shoulder.
On
How do you want to play this, Trip?
I mean, if you want to do a roll, you both just be rolling straight charisma because neither of you have anything else that. Well, okay.
So
see
if we win the roll of charisma, what happens? Like the person gets to convince the other person or something? Or is
Yes.
that-
know that I have little Sorab. I'm 100% aware that this is in fact little. I made this device that is talking.
But I walked in seeing you talk to your
Well,
shoulder.
I imagine. I was imagining like I was turned away and I was like it was like a wristwatch scenario, and I'm like you're like looking at my back as I'm kind of leaning forward talking.
It
I'm,
looked pretty
like, covered in
suspicious.
Turn around. Very suspicious. Very suspicious. Yes.
All right, let's do a charisma roll and see who believes what, and I guess the story will unfold from there. So
Just straight so again it's whoever
guess
beats their
threshold.
number by the better threshold. Yep.
oh, what's the
Oh
threshold?
wait. What's a 10? What's your charisma though?
Mine's
probably not-
64.
Ooh, mine's 53.
We got to do math. Damn it.
I think you beat me by 1 point.
Did I beat you by 1 point?
I think. Because that's like I have a 10 difference, and then you have. Wait, actually, what did you roll?
I rolled a 33. So I
Yeah,
got
no, so
I got 31 difference.
And I have like a 30 difference. So yeah, you beat me by literally 1.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
That's
Wow.
Wait, no,
awesome.
actually, wait. Never mind. I was looking at my dexterity. My charisma.
Wait, no, you can't do that
No,
to
no,
me.
I genuinely. No, Trevor, look at my sheet.
I see.
My dexterity is 53. My charisma is 55. I beat you by 1 point.
Just playing mind games with me, Trip. That's not cool.
The therapist.
This is so meta.
I'm 10 steps ahead.
Oh God. All right. So yeah.
Hero will believe that that the doc wasn't talking to his voice and goes, "All right, I thought you were just talking to a voice on your shoulder. I guess not."
So you didn't want to discuss this? You think there might have been a cause for this?
Yeah, I saw you talking to yourself when I walked in the door.
So it's kind of you walk into a room and you see someone minding their own business and you start formulating these sort of suspicions, you would say.
You were talking to yourself in the room.
No, I wasn't. That did not happen.
Well, let's agree to disagree on that.
That is completely fine. I will take my notes and we can proceed. So
All right. And he goes back to sitting back down on the couch.
So now on to the more pressing matter. Why do you believe you are left-handed?
Well, that's a great question. I've been walking around thinking I've been right-handed this entire time, and I'm starting to think that it may not matter as much. I think I'm seeing some my aims would be pretty good, all things considered.
I see. Now, when it comes down to your medical notes, it does pertain to the fact that you are right-handed. And when we have done,
Some
during
precise
tests
notes.
and education, well, I do have access to medical files. These are all predominantly done right-handed and actions. So if you would, for example, I'm just going to take a piece of paper. Could you please write your name right-handed and then left-handed for me?
Did they do that in 2300? I don't even know. And I was like, do we write on paper?
I can just replicate it whenever I want.
Hey, let's make this a roll. Just straight dexterity, and then for your left hand, dexterity minus 15.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll dominant, then non-dominant.
Yep.
Well, as always.
Well,
dominant.
Hero will look at the paper and go, "Well, I'll be damned. I guess." He's like, "Doc, you're really good. Like, clearly, I've been doing this all wrong."
I see. So how long have you had this inclination towards using your less dominant hand?
It just seems to come out when in intense combat. It seems to spur me on.
Now, I do see that you clearly have some skill using your less dominant arm. You don't think this would potentially jeopardize the crew in a life or death situation in the near future if you continue this?
No, actually, I think it contributes to helping the crew get out of some difficult situations.
Okay. So just to inform, you do realize that muscle memory and other assortment of things have, in fact, focused on using your right hand. So the obvious solution to this is you must now proceed to ingrain left-handed dominant tendencies in order to improve your skill with it. So I would recommend you just never using your right arm for menial tasks and instead focus on your left arm. And hopefully with time, as you clearly believe that you're left-handed dominant, your hand will gain more skill to the point where it will become less of an issue.
I have a question for you, Doc.
Yes.
Is Do you think left-handed people are smarter people than right-handed people? What's your opinion on that?
I don't think there's any scientific inclination one way or the other. It's not a
What
study.
are you left-handed or right-handed, Doc? And then Hero pushes the paper over to him with the pen.
Oh God.
I'm. So do you want me to make a roll?
You don't have
Sure.
to make a roll, or
I
you
mean,
can make a
if-
choice or a
if-
roll. I
if-
don't know. Like,
If you do it, you can make a dex roll for both right and left hands.
This is the question. We never established if I was right or left-handed.
You can choose. Doesn't matter to
well,
me. Whichever your
Guess I'm just-
non-dominant is, you take a -15.
I guess.
does this count as an artistic roll?
Or
for
how about
calligraphy?
this roll? Well, maybe this roll determines which you are.
Okay, just this
There
will
you go.
determine whether I'm left-handed or right-handed.
Yes.
Okay. This is. Okay, right hand and left hand.
Oh, my
god!
gosh.
I am
You are
left-handed.
very
Wow.
left-handed.
I love how we're wasting all these power rolls on establishing writing.
I gotta write that
preferences
down now.
with your left hand or your
Ooh.
right hand.
Fish is left-handed. Yes, I am left-handed, and I may have a very high IQ, but that doesn't necessarily mean that there is something. Well, I mean,
So you're
it's not.
saying left-handed people are inferior? Is that what you're saying, Doc?
No, what I'm saying is, doesn't matter whether you're right-handed or left-handed. I'm just smarter than both. So,
So you say you rise above your writing style?
yes, it doesn't really have an effect on me. Well, I wouldn't again recommend using your left hand, as you do not seem to be naturally dominant, in my personal opinion. I could, if you felt like it, do a minor surgery in order to improve your left-handed dominance.
Oh God.
Tell me more.
So the procedure would not be very complicated. I'd basically be sort of remapping your brain's signals very mildly from your nervous system, from your left arm and your right, effectively redistributing these sort of muscle memory and dexterity from one hand to the other. I could attempt a more complicated surgery in which I could theoretically make you ambidextrous, but that would require a slightly more difficult procedure than just swapping your dominant, undominant. It would really be up to you.
So Hero, he's contemplating this. And he goes, Doc, can I sleep on that? I want to think about that. But you bring up an interesting point. I like to think about it.
Mm.
Oh, and do you mind if I ask you a question?
Well, it's against most of the regulations, but go for it.
Hero will say out loud, "Computer locked door,"
Okay.
and then he'll say,
Does
so,
it even
Doc,
lock?
So Doc, tell me about dark water.
And that sounds like
About
a
what?
great place to end. Oh, yeah. Eric and I
confronted.
didn't conspire on that at all.
Oh, saw that coming.
Oh, but yes, it is 11 o'clock, so that is actually a fantastic place to end and pick it up next week. So we'll give both of you guys a chance to figure out what the heck you're going to talk about. So, yeah, all right. I hope this session wasn't too boring for everyone. I know filler episodes get a little bit weird, but hopefully it was a entertaining and informative time for all of us, especially for those who learned about astrophysics and engines. Not
I
how
was
I
gonna
hope
say
everyone
the techno
enjoyed their
jargon was very, very leveled. You had like 3 mini games going on.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. And how not to translate a language. Yeah. All
You
right.
got one.
It felt
Got one.
real. It felt authentic. I liked it.
All right.
It was great.
I know what That's the one we go to. The one that we know the language.
Sadly, that's not the one you're going to, because I have it
Ah.
written for the other one. Oh, but okay. I
Well, you
can't
got a
wait
week. Get going.
I got 2 weeks. Remember, I'm not going to
Oh,
be here
okay.
next week. I'll be.
Oh, you're not gonna be here next
I'll
week,
be
okay.
in Baltimore working because money good. But next week, you will be able to enjoy some time with Tim doing the Paleomythic campaign that he's been running every week that I'm not available. So that'll be fun. That'll be you guys doing your thing. So have fun with that. But yeah, so Star Trek Lexington will resume in 2 weeks. But until then, everyone, for this, you all get 1 action point to spend as you wish according to the rules. So, all right. Once again, remember, we are here to support Extra Life. That is in support of Children's Miracle Network. It's a great charity to be a part of. Check out the link again in chat for more information. But beyond that, I hope you all enjoyed today's very informative session. But until I see you next time in 2 weeks, live long and prosper because I'm a giant nerd. See ya.
Live long and prosper.
Later, folks.
Later.
See you later.